If you've heard about keto but feel confused, overwhelmed, or scared to start, you're not alone. The ketogenic diet is not just a weight loss trend. It's a metabolic reset that helps your body switch from burning sugar to burning fat. Clean, efficient fuel. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 simple, science-backed steps to start the keto diet the right way, so you feel energized, clear-headed, and in control of your health. Let's make keto easy, healthy, and sustainable. For decades, we were told the same simple story. If you want to lose weight, eat less and move more. Burn more calories than you consume, and the fat will melt away. But if that were true, obesity, diabetes, and metabolic disease would not be exploding worldwide. Something much deeper is broken, and it's not your willpower, it's your hormones. And at the center of it all is one powerful chemical messenger controlling your body every single day: insulin. Insulin is not just a blood sugar hormone. Insulin is a storage hormone. Its primary job is to take energy from your bloodstream and store it for later use. That sounds helpful until insulin never goes down. Every time you eat sugar, bread, rice, pasta, or refined carbohydrates, insulin rises. Not a little, dramatically. And when insulin is high, your body is locked into fat storage mode, no matter how little you eat or how hard you exercise. Here's the shocking truth most people never hear. You cannot burn body fat when insulin is elevated. It's biochemically impossible. Fat cells are sealed shut in the presence of insulin. That means you can starve yourself, count calories perfectly, exercise for hours, and still fail to lose fat. Not because you're broken, but because insulin is blocking the exit door. This is why calorie-restricted diets fail long-term. Studies repeatedly show that people lose weight initially, then regain it, often with more fat and a slower metabolism. The body adapts by lowering energy expenditure, increasing hunger hormones, and defending fat stores. The problem was never calories. The problem was hormonal signaling. Now here's where keto changes everything. When carbohydrates are drastically reduced, insulin levels fall, not temporarily, systemically. And when insulin drops, a metabolic switch flips. Your liver begins producing ketones from fat. These ketones are not a backup fuel, they are a superior fuel. Gram for gram, ketones produce more energy than glucose with fewer inflammatory byproducts. This is why people often report clearer thinking, stable energy, and reduced hunger when entering ketosis. Your brain alone requires a massive amount of energy every day. When fueled by glucose, energy fluctuates, cravings spike, and inflammation rises. But when fueled by ketones, the brain becomes metabolically efficient. Neurological studies show ketones reduce oxidative stress and improve mitochondrial function. This is why ketogenic diets were originally developed not for weight loss, but for epilepsy. Children with severe drug-resistant seizures saw dramatic improvements simply by changing fuel sources. And the benefits don't stop at the brain. High insulin drives chronic inflammation. Inflammation damages blood vessels, disrupts hormones, and accelerates aging. Elevated insulin is strongly associated with heart disease, Alzheimer's, fatty liver disease, and type 2 diabetes. In fact, Alzheimer's is now being referred to by many researchers as type 3 diabetes because of its strong link to insulin resistance in the brain. Let that sink in. A disease stealing memory, identity, and independence may begin decades earlier with chronically elevated insulin from a high-carb diet. Keto interrupts this process at the root. As insulin drops, your body accesses stored fat for fuel. Fat cells release fatty acids. The liver converts them into ketones. Hunger hormones quiet down. Ghrelin decreases. Leptin sensitivity improves. You don't need to force yourself to eat less. Your biology does it for you. This is why keto feels different from every diet you've tried before. There's no white knuckling, no constant hunger, no obsession with food. When insulin is controlled, appetite becomes stable instead of chaotic. And here's a fact that shocks many people. Most individuals with insulin resistance are not overweight, yet. Insulin resistance can exist for years before visible weight gain appears. During this time, fat is being stored inside organs, not under the skin. This is visceral fat, the most dangerous kind. It wraps around the liver, pancreas, and heart, silently increasing disease risk while blood sugar tests still appear normal. By the time blood sugar rises, insulin resistance has often been present for a decade or longer. Keto addresses insulin resistance upstream before blood sugar spirals out of control. Clinical trials consistently show ketogenic diets improve insulin sensitivity, reduce fasting insulin levels, lower triglycerides, raise HDL cholesterol, and decrease markers of inflammation. These are not cosmetic changes. These are survival metrics, and yet fat was blamed. For years, we were told fat clogs arteries, causes heart disease, and makes us overweight. Meanwhile, sugar consumption skyrocketed, processed carbs dominated the food supply, and insulin levels climbed higher than ever in human history. Obesity rates exploded. Diabetes became a global epidemic. The real culprit was hiding in plain sight. Sugar doesn't just raise blood glucose, it programs your body to store fat, crave more sugar, and repeat the cycle endlessly. Keto breaks the loop. By lowering insulin, keto restores metabolic flexibility, the ability to switch between fuel sources. Humans evolved to do this: feast and fast, store energy and release it. Ketosis is not a starvation state. It is a natural metabolic state humans lived in for most of history. When insulin remains low, fat loss becomes a side effect of healing, not the primary goal. Energy becomes steady. Cravings lose their grip. The body stops fighting itself. This is the real power of keto. Not rapid weight loss, not before and after photos, but metabolic control. When insulin goes down, inflammation quiets. When inflammation quiets, hormones rebalance. When hormones rebalance, the body remembers how to heal. And once you understand this, dieting is no longer about punishment. It becomes strategy, it becomes biology, it becomes freedom. Because the moment insulin stops controlling you, your body finally starts working for you again. Most people don't fail keto because it doesn't work. They fail because they were never taught how the human body actually adapts to change. They remove carbs, feel terrible, panic, and quit, believing keto damaged them, when in reality, their body was finally telling the truth after years of being silenced. The moment carbohydrates are reduced, insulin drops. And when insulin drops, something powerful and dangerous, if misunderstood, begins to happen. Your kidneys stop holding on to sodium. Water flushes out. Along with it goes potassium and magnesium. This is not a flaw in keto. This is basic human physiology. Insulin tells the kidneys to retain salt. Remove insulin, and salt leaves the body. This single fact explains nearly every early keto failure: headaches, dizziness, heart palpitations, muscle cramps. Fatigue so intense, people believe something is seriously wrong. It's often labeled the keto flu, but it's not a flu at all. It's electrolyte depletion, and studies show electrolyte imbalance can impair nerve signaling, muscle contraction, blood pressure regulation, and even heart rhythm. People blame fat, they blame ketosis, they blame their genetics. But the real problem is they're dehydrating at a cellular level while being told to avoid salt, the very mineral keeping their nervous system alive. Here's the shocking contradiction. Salt restriction was popularized at the same time insulin resistance exploded worldwide. Sodium was blamed for high blood pressure, yet insulin resistance itself causes the kidneys to retain excess sodium. When insulin is high, salt stays trapped. When insulin drops, salt is released. Keto exposes this imbalance fast. Without replacing sodium, blood volume drops. Blood pressure falls. The brain receives less oxygen. The body responds with fatigue, dizziness, and anxiety. This isn't keto harming you. This is your body recalibrating after years of metabolic damage. Now add potassium. Potassium regulates electrical activity in every cell. It controls muscle contraction, nerve impulses, and heart rhythm. Low potassium increases the risk of arrhythmias, weakness, and severe fatigue. Magnesium, another often forgotten mineral, is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions. Low magnesium is associated with insulin resistance, muscle cramps, poor sleep, and elevated stress hormones. Yet most people starting keto are told nothing about electrolytes. They remove carbs, they eat lean protein, they fear fat, they avoid salt, and then they wonder why their body collapses. Success on keto is not about restriction, it's about replacement. Replacing sugar with fat, replacing constant eating with metabolic efficiency, replacing insulin spikes with hormonal stability, and replacing lost minerals before the body revolts. Then comes food quality. Keto does not mean processed keto snacks, artificial sweeteners, or low-carb junk engineered to hijack cravings. Research shows artificial sweeteners can still stimulate insulin release, alter gut bacteria, and maintain sugar addiction in the brain. The brain does not care about carb counts, it cares about signals. Real keto food sends a message of safety. Egg yolks provide choline, critical for brain function and liver detoxification. Fatty fish supplies omega-3s that reduce inflammation and improve insulin sensitivity. Animal fats contain fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, nutrients impossible to absorb on low-fat diets. These vitamins regulate immune function, bone health, hormone production, and gene expression. When fat is removed, hunger increases. When hunger increases, cortisol rises. Elevated cortisol increases blood sugar, breaks down muscle tissue, and stalls fat loss. This is why people on low-calorie keto feel miserable and plateau quickly. They are fighting their own biology. Protein adds another layer of confusion. Protein is essential, but excess protein is metabolized into glucose through gluconeogenesis. This is not a theory. It is a well-documented survival mechanism. Too much protein spikes insulin, suppresses ketones, and keeps the body stuck between fuel systems. Not sugar burning, not fat burning, just exhausted. Moderation is not weakness, it's metabolic precision. And then there's patience, the most underestimated variable in human health. The body does not trust you easily. After years of sugar dependence, insulin spikes, inflammation, and constant eating, the body assumes scarcity is a threat. When carbs disappear, the nervous system watches carefully. Stress hormones rise temporarily. Fat release is cautious. Healing is slow at first. This is not failure. This is survival intelligence. Mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells, must be rebuilt to burn fat efficiently. This process takes weeks, sometimes months. Studies show mitochondrial biogenesis improves with sustained ketosis, but only after adaptation. Early fatigue is not a sign to quit. It's a sign the system is rewiring. Weight loss during this phase may stall. This terrifies people. But fat loss is not linear. Healing is not cosmetic. The body prioritizes repairing insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation, and restoring hormonal balance before releasing large amounts of stored fat. The scale does not measure this. Blood tests do. Energy does. Mental clarity does. Intermittent fasting often emerges naturally during this stage, not because of discipline, but because hunger quiets. Ghrelin drops. Leptin sensitivity improves. The brain no longer screams for sugar every 2 hours. Autophagy activates. Cellular cleanup that removes damaged proteins and dysfunctional cells. This process is linked to longevity, reduced cancer risk, and neuroprotection. But none of this happens overnight. Modern culture demands instant results. Biology does not negotiate with impatience. Every failed diet trains the body to resist future attempts. Keto done improperly becomes another stressor. Keto done correctly becomes a signal of safety. Food plus electrolytes plus time. Not hacks, not extremes, not fear. When minerals are restored, the nervous system calms. When real food is consumed, hormones stabilize. When patience is practiced, the body releases its grip. And then something remarkable happens. Cravings disappear, energy stabilizes, inflammation fades, and fat loss becomes effortless. Not because you tried harder, but because your body finally trusted you again. This is why keto works when everything else fails. Not because it's aggressive, but because it's aligned with human physiology. The people who succeed aren't stronger, they're informed. They respect biology. They stop fighting their body and start supporting it. And once that shift happens, the body does what it was always designed to do.